We're going to talk about what happened between Cabral and Aydin last week. Teresa says, oh, I turned my head. I didn't see it. Now, because there are a lot of online bloggers that are not a fan of Teresa, many that used to be fans of Teresa. I don't know if you guys have seen this. There's a lot of stuff going on online that has taken different screenshots. And even though we're seeing a flashback that Teresa's head was turned, people are saying, well, here's a screenshot that we have, and Teresa's head is not turned when it's happening. They show Jennifer shoving her, and at that very moment, we show Teresa looking. So, not on the Behind the Velvet Rope Instagram page, but on many Instagram pages, they're saying, Teresa, you're full of shit because here is the moment it happened. We're showing it, and here you are looking. Neither here nor there. Gia is involved. Gia speaks up, the voice of reason. She says, if guys put their hands on each other, we move on. When girls do, it's kind of a big deal. Teresa is very, very shocked that her two friends, Cabral and Aydin, will not become friends. Then we go to Margaret's house. Listen, it's not my style. It's a little too busy for me. I like shades of gray. I like shades of beige. I like white, grayish, darker grayish, lighter grayish, beige. I just told you I did my I'll do a Melissa Gorga. I mean, she's still doing these house videos. I'm gonna do one video of my before and after in New York and show you my new home. My before is already filmed, and I'm told as of yesterday, my after is almost done, except there's one couch and two chairs, and the closets aren't done yet. So we're not doing an after yet. But unlike Gorgo, we're going to do one before and after. Not my style, Marge's house, but I got to say, it looks really good compared to where we started, right? There's a pool. The house has come a long way. Like, it's nice. It's actually nice. It's not my style. But Marge's pool looks good, and those different rooms, and so congratulations, Marge. The house is almost done. The Nino will send you his bill, as he said. So getting into the launch of Boujie Kids, the relaunch, excuse me, of Boujie Kids, Danielle is just, we bring up this whole thing about the charity. Danielle is just, look, she's just a few years behind the other gals, right? Like, she doesn't really know how to run a charity. She's getting excited for the relaunch. Can't hold it against her that she's just, making $120,000 in her second year, and she doesn't have a house like Melissa Gorga, who makes over $1 million, right? You can't fault her. She is honest. I mean, do I believe this whole thing about the VIP? And that she said, like, you can't let her in and all this. I do. My gut says I do believe it, which I don't like that. You know what I mean? Now you think you are better than, so I am kind of on Jennifer's side with that, although I'm on Danielle's side because I think Jennifer pushed her without, I don't care how in your face you get. And by the way, when this is now being reenacted at Jennifer's house and she gets in Teresa's face, I don't really think Danielle was that close, but that's just me. But I don't think that really matters either. Anyway, moving on. And by the way, as I sip my coffee, I do think that Jennifer used Danielle for a storyline. Like, I know there's all these rumors out there that this was set up. And look, I do think that Jennifer's never going to go against Teresa. She already gone against Margaret. That didn't really go anywhere, although that lasted for a long time. I don't think she likes her. Same thing with Melissa. Like, I do think to her, Danielle was the sacrificial lamb. She's like, I don't care about this girl. She's going to be my storyline. That's the name of the game. You look around, you think about who you can go after and who you don't care about. And there you go. And it's like they don't even exist. I don't think she has anything against Danielle. I mean, she does now, but it's just like that's your storyline, and that's where you're gonna look. I think Jennifer's not coming back. Jennifer's done no press for New Jersey, this whole thing. Margaret just did an interview, which if we have time, we'll get into Margaret's interview. Says some interesting things in this chat of hers with Entertainment Tonight, but Jennifer's done no press. She's not out there doing press. I think Bravo has already washed their hands of her. She will be at the sit down. She will be. I'm not so sure they haven't washed their hands of Danielle, but I think they definitely have washed their hands of Miss Jennifer Aydin. I love how the whole charity thing goes back to, the fact that Jennifer or whoever wanted to bring Laura, Margaret's ex-friend. I mean, we're back. We're back at this. Laura, who started the rumor about, Melissa kissing Nick in the back of the car, even though I think it's true. Laura's been on our Patreon, FYI, for everyone we have so many new listeners. Like, I guess last week I talked about my fallout with Marge briefly, my fallout with Jennifer. And so many people in the DM saying, can I sign up for Patreon and where is that? I mean, I just thought you guys knew about these fallouts. Again, we're doing our second live show ever. We can't leave we don't want to leave our house pajama tour part 2, David and Sarah. We announced this on the main show, or we're about to, I can't remember when the recorded episodes with Sarah are going to air, but I totally flubbed it when I did this because it is a different day and a different time than our last one, not by much. This is Thursday, August 15th at 7:30 p.m. Thursday, August 15th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Look, we are worldwide here behind the velvet rope, just like Candy Burris. We can't pick a time that's good for everyone. We made it half an hour later, so hopefully some of our friends on the West Coast. Sarah lives in LA. I'm in LA part-time. All of you West Coasters can come. We had people there last time from Australia, people from Ireland. So, for them, it's like the next morning, I think. For you Aussies, I think it's like 11 a.m. But it's at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is New York City time. I know that sounds crazy, but the EST last time threw somebody off. I forgot who. And they thought it was, I don't know, a different, like some European Eastern Standard Time. I don't know. Regardless, 7:30 p.m. New York City time, Florida time, Maine time, Georgia time, Pennsylvania time, New York City, 7:30 p.m. on August 15th. So we're doing that again. So bring all your questions about Marge and Jennifer and all these falling outs that David has had. By the way, Sarah's had a lot of falling outs too. Let's not sweep that under the rug. But Laura has been on our Patreon, Margaret's ex best friend. So for all you Patreon members, if you can't find the episode and you want to, or you join Patreon, just slip into my DMs on Patreon or even on Instagram, and I will literally copy the link and send you the actual link of when Laura was on. Was Laura on our main feed? I don't know. Laura's been on our show. I think she was on our main feed now that I'm thinking about it. I don't know. Anyway, if you want to hear this episode with Laura, it doesn't matter to me whether it's Patreon or not. Just slip into my DMs and I'll send it to you. But I think it's funny that we're talking about Laura. I mean, isn't that last season? And it is true. I remember when this happened in real life because I would speak to Laura very often then. She did want to go to this charity event, and why she wanted to go, I don't know. I don't know what her intentions were. They all have bad intentions, guys. But yes, to her credit, Danielle Cabral is not lying. She put a stop to this and is like, I can't have Laura at my event. We're filming. And I mean, Laura's not getting on the show. I hate to break it to everyone. It just is what it is. If they recast the show, let's talk this out. If they recast the show for toxicity, we're not about to go and start over and bring